Hello everyone again, or hello again everyone is what I meant to say there. I'm doing my video today because I've got two more day sign videos to do. That's storm, Kawak, what I'm about to do, and light or sunlight, ahau or ahor. Some people pronounce it all differently. I like it ahau. I'm hoping to upload both of those tonight to get my day sign series done. Then I'm going to do a series of videos on the tones and then Lords of the Night. So I'm going to do it in like a sequence. So this is going to be my last but one Mayan day sign video, as it's number 19 of 20. Right, so I always do a little bit of a start on my videos for people that aren't so up on Mayan stuff. I don't go into too much detail because I know it's the day sign you're here for. So the Mayan people are from the ancient Mesoamerica, which is today's Mexico and Central America. They're very well known, very famous for their excellent knowledge of mathematics and astronomy. We haven't got a huge amount of information for them, because their culture was very much destroyed by invaders, religious fanatics, people that were taking over the country, people that did not like their culture and way of life. So a lot of their stuff was burnt and destroyed. But we've managed to piece together, well, not me, I say we, the world has managed to piece together facts from indigenous sources, some Mayan people that are still alive to tell the tale and give lots of information, manuscripts that say that didn't get destroyed, ancient inscriptions that are still around, and people like archaeoastronomers, ethnoastronomers and anthropologists study the Mayan culture quite deeply, which is good because it makes sure we don't forget about this beautiful culture. Now, the difference between Mayan astrology and Western astrology is that Western astrology looks at the astronomical cycles and the positions of the planets. Planetary alignments, which one's going retrograde and which isn't, where they are at the point where you're born or that particular day or month. Mayan astrology looks and interprets time as cyclic blocks of time that go in cycles. Cyclical. I'm just going to not keep saying that. So basically the Mayan system is a series of groupings of days. As well as your day sign, you will also have your Zolkin sign, which is part of the 260-day Zolkin calendar. For example, I'm a road day sign, but I was born in the 13-day Zolkin period of the serpent. So I have elements of both, the most important being my day sign. So the day sign, so the whole year is split into periods of 20 days that cycle, okay? So the first one is crocodile, and then it goes all the way through to sunlight, and then it goes back to crocodile again in a cycle, 20 days cycles. So each day within that cycle has its own sign, and that reveals important information about you, your personality, your abilities, your destiny, how you were as a child, what you're evolving towards. It's like your life mission. It shows you your life mission. Includes your strong and weak aspects, and it reminds you of your spiritual essence and your personal mission for this lifetime. The Trikana, as I've said, is, so you have your day sign, which is like 75% the forefront, and then your Trikana sign, which is like the background. So 20 blocks of 13 days gives us a 260-day astronomical calendar. So the Trikana sign gives us integral information about who we are, but more in the background. So as I've said, the day sign's right at the front, 75% most important, and your Trikana sign is the 25% in the background. So looking at a picture, let's say, the foreground would be the day sign. That's what's right in your face, what's most noticeable, what's manifested the most. And the background or the general environment is the Trikana. So one is more focused and one more influential than the other. Your galactic tone, because your initial reading will say, like me, I'm road, serpent, tone 8. Okay, so the tone reveals the relationship between you and the divine plan. It's more like a mission given to you, sort of added to your day sign information. And it's what people see when they speak to you. It's what you radiate to others, society, and the universe. Right, now your day sign, it's not just about that particular day sign. You have your day sign that is really influential from about 12 or 13 years old, and it is the most influential all the way through your life, but other things come into play as well. For example, your past sign is another sign that you sort of showed when you were a child. So as you were evolving, this was the sign that you most exuded. And then you flipped to around 12 or 13 years old, you went to your main day sign. So that is the essence that you've been emanating your whole life, your main day sign, which is going to be Storm or Kawak. And then around 40-ish, depends on the person, some people a bit earlier, some people a bit later, your future or your destiny sign starts to come into play. So you will start to feel that a new route or spiritual mission for your development is starting to come into play. And it's important that you understand your past sign and understand and realize your future sign to help you develop spiritually as a person. So your masculine and your feminine sign, this is the way you express yourself to others. This is how people see you, people that don't know you so well and people that do know you very closely. So your feminine sign is your introverted sign that people that love you will see and people that you love will see. So family, really close friends will see this introverted, deeper side of you, more intimate side. The masculine is your outgoing front that you put to other people. It's your active side. It's how your boss or your colleagues at work or people that aren't so close in friendship might see you. Outgoing, apparent in your professional relationship, so your boss will see you as this, your colleagues definitely, and people that maybe say hello and chat to you in the street. Maybe your neighbour might see the masculine side to you, depending on how close you are to your neighbour. So it's important that these two signs work together and you can find a way to work them together and merge them in to help you with your own development. So other elements of any reading that you would have on Mayan astrology, it's outside the scope of this video, but there are other elements or little extra flavors that are in a Mayan sign reading, like the Lord of the Night, which is a repeating sequence of 9 days, and it symbolizes your deep unconscious motivations, like the soul urge in numerology. And then there's the solar years. These are all very background stuff. They add only little bits of flavor, like a herb, to your reading. So each year has a cycle in the solar years, and its own special quality that's reflected in your personality and character. But it's like watered down Ribena. It sort of adds to the flavour of you. And then the phase of Venus, where the whole year is split into 4 main periods, and a person born under any particular period can offer insights into their social values and their particular role in society. But these 3 things are outside the scope of this video. They're just in other parts of the readings that you might want to research or look into, and there are other videos that I will be introducing in the future. We're dealing with the Storm Cauac day sign that comes into play from around the age of 12, 13 and goes all the way through your life as your strongest element until about 40. I mean, it's your whole life, but less important at the age of 40, between the ages of 13 and 40, 12 or 40. So the direction, all of the day signs, all 20 day signs are split into 4 groups. Okay, they can be in the East group or the Red group, as I call them. They could be in the White group or the North group or the West group, like Storm Kawak is, or the South. So if your day sign is in the West group, as Kawak is, you're about cooperation and being together, collecting people together into groups, communicating with other people, being flexible and adjusting to others. That's very much the West way of doing things. And there are other day signs within the Blue group. that are compatible with you. And I would say the group that would challenge you and teach you the most would be anyone in the red group or the east group that are about beginnings and individualism and creativity and starting something new. So maybe more task orientated, but that's the opposite of the west group. Excuse my itchy nose again, as usual. So Mayan name, Cauac or Kawak, meaning storm, rainstorm, which sounds quite negative, and a lot of people are quite negative about the rainstorm sign, but I know many rainstorms, and I don't like pushing that side of it forward because their lives are fine. They don't seem to have any more difficulties than anyone else. So, it's called storm sign, and many people in my research have said that it's a difficult time. People of the rainstorm sign have it difficult. And I'm thinking, maybe no more than anyone else. I think maybe your ideals might cause that. I don't know. We'll find out as we go further on. So your element is water, which fits with rainstorm quite well. Direction west, and other blue west signs are knight, deer, monkey and eagle. And these people are people that you'd be very compatible with. You have very similar ways about you, and you'd probably be good friends and maybe compatible partners. But the group that's going to challenge you and get you learning and maybe develop you better are people from the red group: crocodile, reed. I don't know why I started listing them, because they never all come out of my head. Okay. So your abilities and leisure industry. Every time I say industries, abilities and leisure interests of a storm Kawak day sign person. So mentally active, definitely very good student, loves to learn, multi-skilled, multifaceted, multi-skilled in several areas, which can make it a bit difficult for you to make decisions on your way forward. Very busy, very curious, maybe find it hard to focus at times. You love to discover new things, new ways of thinking. You like, what's the word? You like when something is really new and exciting. Novelty, that's it. You like novelty. All the storm signs I know love new things. They get excited by something new happening and novelty. Very technical aptitude. They're very spiritual, very chatty, very social people, but they have this technical aptitude that you wouldn't attribute to them unless you saw them in action. Good with detail, and can improvise and solve problems in a tight spot quite quickly, quicker than you would imagine they would. But they are actually interested more in the deeper meanings of life, like mysticism. They like astrology, the tarot, very esoteric kind of subjects. Some storms are quite religious, some are just spiritual, very philosophical, like the big questions and looking at life perspectives, different life perspectives. You could be a doctor, a healer, a psychologist, a counselor, a healer, a spiritualist, working alongside people to teach and heal them. You're a natural emotionality. You're very expressive towards others. So you'd be a great actor, great artist. You're good at using your emotionality to express yourself. Strong intuition that goes with your spiritual abilities and your spiritual interests. And because of your wisdom and your spiritual knowledge, people do actually lean on you a lot with their personal problems, and you're quite good at offering them insight, and you actually quite enjoy talking to people and offering them your wisdom and your insight. You dedicate yourself to that higher purpose anyway. Especially when you do this, you'll be strengthened to realize this is a high purpose for you. They're very much into spirituality, those deeper meanings, spiritual studies. You love to learn lots of different spiritual subjects, and you could teach them beautifully. You're youthful, you're curious, you're talkative, quite childlike at times, and you're good with children. But it's good to tap into our inner child. I'm quite childlike at times. I'm not a storm, but there's elements of that in my Mayan chart. Youthful glow, talkative, mentally active, restless, always looking for the next thing, always learning, can exhaust you just watching them. But you're devoted to your family, you're very calm, you're very compassionate towards others, and you're good at making friends, always surrounded by lots of different friends that want to know you. You're protective, you're nurturing, you do respect tradition. You're an imitator, not an innovator. So you're good at showing people what already exists. So that can be quite comforting and nurturing towards other people. So keeping people in their comfort zone and bringing them peace and comfort is more you. You feel most at ease when you're in your home, and you're quite a domesticated person. So you'd be quite good working from home, or being a therapist working from home. And if you focus your attention on your home life, it actually serves to make you more calm and healthy and happy. So it's a good thing to do as a storm Cauac, to give a lot of time to your family and your family life. You have genuine concern for the welfare of others. You love to be in social situations, but you also crave time alone to reflect. But you love to help other people. You love to chat to other people. You know, you have genuine concern for them, especially in times of trouble. You'll be the first one there to help them, because that's what the storm Cauac is all about. And remember, you're very spiritually enhanced and very full of wisdom as well. You can be overly sensitive, very compassionate, but easily hurt by other people. This sensitive nature leads you to have a great desire to serve people, serve the world, make the world a better place. You're quite idealistic in the utopia that you'd love to create. The essence of you is unity, bringing people together, warmth, friendliness, bringing people into your home and nurturing them and looking after them. And protecting them from the nastiness of the outside world, very much the home bird nurturer, and very spiritual to go with it. Negatively, you're very emotional, and you can cause yourself difficulties by letting your emotions overtake you or run wild from you. When you're out of balance or you're stressed, you might turn to cigarettes or alcohol or even drugs, food, anything that can be a form of escape when you're feeling quite tense or stressed or overwhelmed. Your health will be affected, especially when you put pressure on yourself to be perfect. Remember, I said you're quite idealistic. You can hold resentment towards yourself for not meeting your ideals. You can hold resentment to others for not having the same ideals as you, or not manifesting the ideals how you think they should. Impatience with yourself for not reaching your own goals perfectly enough, or ideally enough, or even fast enough. You have an amazing ability to get into difficult situations, to get yourself into scrapes. And you're quite sensitive and vulnerable, so that can be quite a difficult thing for you when that happens. Excuse me while I let my cat out. You want to go out? It's okay, darling. Take you out. Go on then. Go on then. Sorry about that. There's a cat flap in here, and as if you've seen any of my other videos, you will notice that quite often one or both of my cats come through the cat flap in the middle of a video. You know, they go all day, but they come when I'm doing a video. So where am I? Amazing ability to get into scrapes, get into dramatic situations, and you're very sensitive and vulnerable, so that kind of sensitivity can be quite wearing and quite damaging for you. And these stressful situations, they do take away a lot of strength for you. Sometimes even the smallest problems, you can suffer quite badly emotionally from it. You struggle with your feelings, and tempers your character, and you can put across this air of confidence and bolshiness. And, you know, sometimes you can pull away and be a little bit quiet and immersed in yourself. Excessive sensitivity might cause you to withdraw backwards, and a tendency to over-egg problems or get over-upset with problems, exaggerate them and make them massive, you know. Romantic relationship, you're quite a demanding little soul. You like what you like. You like things done the way you like them, and you can be a bit jealous when there's other people invading your life that you don't like. You can be quite a jealous person. I know very many storm Cauacs, and they will themselves say that they are demanding and very jealous. Whether they always express it or not is a different matter, but my daughter is a Cauac, and yes, she can be quite a jealous person as well. Anyway, So, as I said, your day sign. So the middle one is Cauac. That's your day sign. But you also have a past sign that shows more in childhood, a future sign that kicks in at around 40, a feminine side that only people that love you see, and a masculine side that you show to the world. This is the side that your manager or your colleagues or just people that know you generally might see you. So your masculine side, this is your masculine sign that supports your storm day sign is Reed or Ben. And this is your extroverted, your outgoing sign. So it's apparent in your professional relationships when you speak to others. So you are at your core, what I've just told you are for the storm Kawak, but what you show to the world might not be fully who you are. So, your manager, your colleagues and people that know you see you as a bit more relaxed. You're quite careful, very generous and giving. You never have a problem with doing things for other people or loaning people things or, giving people your help and support practically and emotionally. You're quite social, popular, quite a lot of friends, highly regarded for your talent. So at work, you're quite popular. And in your local area, you might have a community group where you know people sort of loosely, but they tend to like you. You're quite known for what you can do and for your social talents and your gentleness. You're even respected by people that don't like you very much for what you can do, which is something that very few people manage to attain. People tend to notice you, they recognize you, everyone seems to know you. You seem to gain this notoriety and fame. Everyone knows who you are. You won't necessarily push that forward, but it just seems to happen. It's in your energy. You're knowledgeable about human nature. You excel in whatever you do. And you're ambitious. You set goals, you set intentions, and you're quite strong. Your internal compass is strong. You have your own opinions, and you will fight quite strongly for your own ethical principles. So people around you see you as social, and you're very talented. People notice you. You excel in everything you do, but you will fight your side of it. You're not shrinking violet. You'll fight for your ethics. And you can be quite opinionated. Some people might regard you as quite opinionated at times. And, a bit of drama and conflict, sometimes you can get involved with it, sometimes even be the cause of it. Argumentative, drama, arguments, intense situations you often get yourself into. It's something that Storm Kawak seems to get themselves into scrapes, as I said earlier in the video. And, as in the outside world, to people that don't know you all that well or people that are just acquainted with you, they see you as a bit of a drama queen. And if there's any scrapes, you're going to be involved in it or the cause of it. But you find that quite exciting. You don't like sitting still. You don't like being bored. So sometimes you might deliberately bring that drama on to stop the boredom. Feminine side. So this is family. This is home. This is your best friend. This is your nan, your mum, your dad, someone that loves you and you love them. So you show more of you, really, more your sensitive side. So when you're at home and you're with people that you love, you're very creative. You might be involved in art groups. You might be involved in drama, amateur dramatics, music groups. You're going to be a good leader of your family. People look to you. Your family, your friends look to you. You're quite physically and mentally strong, so you're very likely the one that gives the help rather than takes it. So you're a strong member in any family, and you're a strong, good friend. Strong intuition, which comes all the way from your day sign. You've always been intuitive, and you always have been, and always probably will be. Well, always definitely will be. High spiritual potential, which is from your day sign. So you might be involved in spirituality at home, or you might be religious. You might go to church. You might be just philosophical and spiritual and find your own spiritual route. You're interested in the big questions, philosophy, psychology. You could be a counsellor, an advisor. You're thoughtful, you're intelligent, you're well informed, full of wisdom, and people tend to go to you like on the storm sign. You set goals, you get things done. Yeah, and you're a strong force when you have a goal in mind. You're not one to sit back and let everything go over your head. You're fascinated by that excitement, so sex, transformation, change, achieving your goals. You like novelty, which comes from your day sign, and you're excited by anything like sex related, change related, drama related. You know, the sort of person that maybe likes to read the sad rags, what I call them, the sad rags, of like gossip and like entertainment gossip, and oh, look at her look at that dress, or look at her cellulite. Well, I hate all that, but there will be some people that love all that. You've got charisma, so you attract people easily. So you in your family life, people will like you, be quite attracted to you, and sometimes you might have to, if you're married, push off prospective suitors in order to protect your family. Yes, I've seen this and experienced this with my Kawak friend, that she is very noticed, and yes, she does get hit on a lot, you know, but she never takes on with that, because, you know, she's married and it's family and blah. So she wants family union, and anyone that is a storm day sign with a serpent youth sign is going to be very like that. You affect others deeply, so people really notice you, as I've said. Always ready with a listening ear. Remember, this is your personal relationship, so you'd be a loyal friend, and you're always ready to listen to friends and family when they need you. Unpredictable, can be quite violently emotional, ups and downs, highs and lows. Strong-willed though, you're quite the leader of the family. You know, I think you wear the trousers in the family. Strong-willed, assertive, quite powerful in your way. Creative. You love to be creative in your spare time. So it can be anything from creative art subjects to writing creatively, dealing with people creatively. You don't like schedule, you know, when you're at home, you don't like a plan. You like to be able to get up and do what you want as you feel like it. So when you're at home, you're a bit more relaxed and schedule comes less important to you. And then your past sign. So we're going back to your childhood here. So you may have been in trouble a lot at school when you were young. A bit of an attention seeker, noisy little performer. Imagine yourself in a classroom right now, attention seeking, little performer, probably be quite charismatic, might make his or her teacher smile, but at times it can be quite wearing when the teacher's trying to teach a lesson. And the storm Kawak, with the Chuan monkey youth sign, will not let up and sit down. Leadership, again, you're quite the extroverted leader of any group. So when you were young, you'd probably lead the group, or you might even be the one that decides the game that everyone plays. Detail oriented, nothing gets by you. You probably notice the littlest spelling mistake in your work, and you probably go over your work quite a lot and keep checking it. But you're socially active, communicative, demonstrative in your way. You're fun, you're a bit scatty. When you were a child, you might have struggled a lot with close, intimate relationships. You may have had situations where you made friends and broke friends quite a lot. Drama, friendship dramas might have been a big thing in your childhood, because you just struggled to create that depth. So it can be 1 minute you're friends with someone and the next minute you've upset each other and then you're friends again. Yeah, that seems to be standard for a lot of kids, but very much so when you're a storm Cauac child with a youth sign of Chuan monkey. And all, just so you know, if your day sign is Cauac, storm, your youth sign is always Chuan monkey. So if you're a Cauac sign, this is how you are as a child, basically. You need relationship variety. You like to play the field. You like to make friends, break friends. You quite like the drama of making friends and breaking friends. You might have, as you get into your have lots of boyfriends and girlfriends, and I know it says sex drive there, but when it's your past sign, it's less about your sex drive and more about the boyfriend and girlfriend, boy-girl relationship, or boy-boy, girl-girl relationship, the love relationship, you know. and it motivates you. So you might be one that really likes the boyfriend or the girlfriend, you know. Commitment to anyone or anything or any situation is something that you'd rather not do when you were a kid. You didn't like that, you know. And you weren't one for telling secrets or telling people anything about you, especially as a child. You know how kids can be with each other. So you're quite the demonstrative, talkative, chatty, laughy, little attention-seeking performer when you were young. Very demonstrative, but very dramatic. So there was lots of drama, might have been arguments, make friends, break friends, and all that malarkey. And you struggled to deepen your relationships, and maybe you didn't have a best friend. You might have had a series of different friends that were, you know, up and down, off and on kind of thing. And relationships with boys and girls, depending on your age, might have been a bit off and on, here, there, stop, start, you know. But this is what you're evolving towards. So you're evolving towards being more peaceful, being a bit more placid and calm. Okay, so you're going to feel this around the age of 40. More inspiring to others in a spiritual way, especially with your advice that's rung through your whole day sign. You will be bold, you will speak for what you feel is right, you will express your values, but you're generous and you're sensitive to the needs of others. So you might not say out loud exactly what you feel for fear of hurting other people, but you might say it in such a way that is less hurtful, or you might hold your opinions back from certain people to protect their feelings, basically. But you yourself, you're quite mentally powerful. Your opinions are not easily swayed by anyone. So whether you put them out there or not, you're not easily changed in your opinions. You've got a good, strong inner compass, and that's what you're working towards, remember. So we need calmness. Maybe use your spirituality to help you do that. Keep standing your ground. Keep your principles, keep your values, and don't subvert them or allow anyone to step on them without you going, oi, mister. Sensitive to the needs of other people and other people's values, though. This is all what you're developing towards. This is good. If you're feeling this already, this is good. Realize this and understand this part of your nature for your own spiritual development. You need someone around you. You love community and family, so make sure you're always keeping close to family and your general community as you age and as you develop. But you also will travel a little bit more, so maybe in your retirement or maybe even earlier in your life, 40, 50, spend a bit more time traveling, moving around a bit more, seeing the world, in whether it's in your 40s or whether it's your retirement. Start thinking about seeing more of the world. Very aesthetic, very artistic, but that's run through your whole day sign. So you might be the kind of person that is very spiritual, very peaceful, and likes to paint art. Very strong opinions, but good at advising others with wisdom. You see, this is what you're developing towards. Still intuitive and sensitive to the needs of others. And you really don't care what anyone thinks as you get older. I mean, to the point where others might think you're a little bit eccentric or weird. I hope you found my video on the Mayan storm Kawak really useful today. I'm sorry for the length of time it's taken for me to post this video. Please smash that like button if you like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, and then click that bell icon, and then click on all, and then everything that I post will come up in your alerts, so you won't miss any of my new stuff. If you want to contact me to ask me any questions, or you want to request a reading, or request a video, because I do expression and life path videos on request. So if you want to request a video, or if you have any questions, or you just want to communicate with me and talk about a reading, contact me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. That's going to be in the description box. And if you want to learn numerology, in the description box is going to be a link to my numerology course on Udemy, which will teach you the basics of numerology. I will in the future be posting a master course after that, but it's just taken me longer to get that together because I'm a bit perfectionistic myself and I want it to be perfect, and it's never going to be published until I'm happy with it. So at the moment, I'm focusing on my book. So excited. But that will come. So as ever, guys, trust the soul within you. Don't let anyone tell you that your intuition or your soul or your gut or your inner voice is wrong, because only you know what's best for you.